Good evening and welcome to the Crystal Field House for tonight's matchup between the Adrian Bulldogs and the Sault College Cougars. Both teams are out on the ice for warm-ups, so we will be back for play-by-play in about 8 minutes. 8 minutes up on the board for warm-ups. You are watching and listening to Arbor Broadcasting for the CCWHA tournament. Again, good evening and welcome to the Crystal Field House here in Burton, Michigan for the CCWHA Finals. Tonight's matchup will be between the Adrian Bulldogs and the Sault College Cougars.
Sault College Cougars and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Starting lineup for Adrian College Bulldogs at forward, number 74, Mary Robinson.
Number 74 for Adrian, Mary Robinson. Number 13,
at forward, number 7,
Bray Hirschman. Number 7, Hannah Berenson. Number 12,
Julian Eggleston.
Madison Grimm.
And in goal, number 1,
14, Julian Edelson. And in goal,
and now your starting lineup for your Sault College Cougars.
number 1,
At forward, number
Juliana
6,
Johnson.
Emma
For
Lee. At forward, number 24.
number 6,
Moore.
Emma Lee.
Number 27, Brooke Brazil.
Number 24,
Defense, number 2,
Emma Moore.
Brunt.
Number 27,
Number 19, Jamie
Brooke
Nabu.
Brazo.
In goal, number 33, Cassidy Dobson.
And number 33, Cassie Dobson. Everyone stand for the national anthem. As both teams gather around, getting last-minute instructions, the Adrian Bulldogs around their goalie, and the Sault Cougars at their bench talking with their coach. 20 minutes up on the board. We're ready to go. This is the opening game in the CCWHA playoffs here at the Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton, Michigan.
Yeah, there's the heat. That's better.
Both goalies skated down to their nets, and we're getting ready for the face-off. Puck grab, battle for it against the boards, and the Cougars come away with it, back into their end. Spin out, and the Cougars come forward, battle for it in the neutral zone. Cougars grab it again, and here they come. Off the boards and gain the Adrian zone. In the battle for it on the near boards, and Adrian comes back, but grabbed by the Sioux Cougars. Move forward. Adrian sends it back, again grabbed by the Sioux Cougars. Here comes the Cougars into the zone. Grabbed by Adrian. Shot wide and knocked away. And back into the neutral zone. 18:45 left on the clock. Down behind the Adrian goal. Adrian feeds it forward, knocked away. Grabbed by Cougar. Into the Adrian zone on the far behind the goal, out to the point, and a shot, knocked away. Held in by Cougars, and behind the goal. Adrian tries to clear back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Sioux Cougars, and shot back. Banked off the wall. Grabbed by the Cougars again. Quite a battle right at the blue line. Cougars go for a line change. Battle for it in the Adrian zone. Along the near boards. Grabbed by Adrian, trying to clear. Sioux held it in, and a shot. And a save went wide, back out into the neutral zone. Cougars gather it up. Here they come. Another shot. And grabbed by the Adrian goalie at 17:01. Adrian 0, Sioux 0.
Oh, it's really warm. Yeah, thank you though. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Thank you though.
Face off to the left of the Adrian goalie. Grabbed by Cougars. A shot knocked away, sticked away. Held in. Battle for it along the boards. Through the crease, held in at the point. And a shot, knocked away again behind the goal. In the Adrian end. 16:33 left. A scrum before in the front of the Adrian goal. And now out and dribbles into the neutral zone. Back to get it are the Cougars. Fed forward.
Yeah,
Into the Adrian zone. Cross ice pass. Shot.
Yeah.
Wide. Off the boards in the back. Held in, dribbled out.
Okay, you can sit over there.
Cougars have to touch up.
Watch, sit beside all of you.
Cougars grab it. And back into the
Watch. Here, sit right
Bulldog zone. Along the boards.
What? So you can sit on the side of me.
A scrum for it, knocked away. But held in by the Cougars.
Right here.
Behind. And another shot knocked away by the goalie. 15:22 left in the first. 0-0 is our score. Adrian, here comes the Bulldogs. Grabbed by the Cougars. Back around, a centering pass knocked away by Adrian. And a whistle. Face-off will be to the left of the Adrian goal in the far face-off circle.
He's announcing the game on
15:03 left in the first. 0-0 is our score. Face-off won by the Cougars. Back in the neutral zone. Bringing it back in. Gathering up, gains the Adrian zone. Adrian grabs it around the back. But held in. Dribbles back out in the neutral zone. Adrian grabs. Cougars grab it, bring it in. But knocked away. Behind the goal. Centering pass. Grabbed by Adrian and sent the length of the ice. Knocked away by the Sioux goalie. Cougars pick it up. Feed it forward. Into the neutral zone. Grabbed by and now to the far. Held in again by the Cougars. Around behind. Brought around. Tries for a wraparound. Knocked away. Zone cleared but brought back in. Here come the Cougars again. Jumped on and grabbed by a Cougar around behind. Trying to set up. Centering pass from the point and a shot back behind the goal. Grabbed by Adrian again. Battle for it along the boards. Shot knocked away by the defense. Grabbed by Cougars and a shot knocked sticked away. Around by the boards, another shot, pass, and knocked away by Adrian. Back into the neutral zone. Cougars have to touch up. Brought back in. 12:53 left. 0-0 is our score. Here come the Bulldogs. Into the into the Sioux zone. Grabbed by Sioux, knocked out. Here come the Cougars, chasing it down the far boards. Jumped on by Adrian. Here comes a rush into this Cougar zone. Drop pass. Now a battle in the far boards. Around behind the goal. Brought forward. Here come the Sioux Cougars into the Adrian zone. A centering pass, grabbed away by Adrian. Adrian comes down into the Cougar zone. Picked up by Cougar defense. Brought back into the neutral zone, cross ice pass. and knocked back into the Cougar zone. Brought back out, fed forward. Here come the Cougars. One along the far boards, grabbed by a Cougar, tried to set up right through the crease. Picked up on the other side. Behind the goal. Far side, dribbles back out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Sioux Cougars. Knocked far deep into the back, into the Adrian zone. Adrian tries to get it out, held in by Sioux. Drop pass and a shot and score. Scored by number 8, Alyssa Byers. Looks like assist to Lauren Halco. "11 minutes left on the board. Cougars 1, Bulldogs 0. Fight for it in the neutral zone. Cougars grab it. Back into the Adrian zone. Fight for it in front of the goal. Knocked out and back in the neutral zone. Grabbed up by the Cougars again. Fed forward, here come the Cougars into the Adrian zone. Along the far boards, in the far corner. A fight for it. Picked up by Adrian, but grabbed again by the Cougars. Centering pass just goes through. Grabbed by a Cougar. Now a battle behind the goal. And a centering pass knocked away. Battle in the near boards. Shot and sticked away by the Adrian goalie. Back into the neutral zone. Here come the Cougars again. In the far boards. Then around the back. And a shot knocked away. Knocked away by the defense. Behind the goal. 9:30 left in the first. Cougars 1. Bulldogs 0. Another shot. Another couple of shots. Held in at the point. Bulldogs grab it behind the goal. Sent back around, trying to advance it. The Bulldogs advance it, but jumped on by the Cougars. And a shot and a score. 8:58.
I know, neither team is. So these guys have made a home team and an away team.
Scored by number 9, Marie-Pierre Lacours. It is now Cougars 2, Bulldogs 0. Grabbed by the Cougars, bringing it out of their zone into the neutral zone. They advance in the Bulldog zone. Into the near boards. Battle for it along the boards. Back around. Picked up by the Bulldogs behind the goal. Shot back. Battle for it. And back into the neutral zone. Cougars have to touch up. Adrian grabs it into the Cougar zone. Grabbed by the Cougars and back out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Adrian into their zone. Shot forward. Brought into the Cougar zone and a shot knocked away by the defense. 8:01 left in the first. Cougars 2, Bulldogs 0. Battle on the newer boards behind the Cougar goal. Up the far boards. The battle for it around the Bulldog goal. Adrian has it into the neutral zone. Here come the Bulldogs into the Cougar zone. Battle for it along the boards. Picked up by the Sioux Cougars. Battle for it almost by their bench. Back into the neutral zone. Grabbed at the point. A battle for it. Back into the Sioux end. Along the near boards. Cross-ice pass. Grabbed by Sioux. Run forward. Battle at the blue line. Here comes the Cougars into the Adrian zone. Shot. That was Camille Venn. Battle for it again in the near boards in the Adrian end. Sioux Cougars 2, Adrian 0. 6:33 left in the first.
What's that?
Battle in the front. Another shot. Knocked away. Hit the skates. Battle in the near boards. Behind the goal. Brought around. Shot back. Centering pass. Knocked away by the defense. Held in, but just held in. Battle on the far boards. Here comes the Adrian Bulldogs. Into the Sioux end. In the near corner. Picked up by Cougars. Brought forward into the neutral zone. Adrian grabs it in their zone. Shot forward. Picked away by Cougar. And Adrian grabs it back into their zone. Fed forward. Jumped on by the Cougar. Battle for it in the near boards. Cougars have it. In the back. Centered up. Held in. And another shot. Knocked away. Back into the neutral zone. Cougars have it. Bring it back in. And a shot. And a save. Glove save. So at 4:52. Sioux Cougars 2. Adrian 0. Face off in the far face-off circle, Adrian zone. Picked up, and now behind the goal. Cougars grabbed it, breaking around it, tried for a centering pass, dribbled back out into the neutral zone, pulled back into the Cougars end, back into the neutral zone and back into the Adrian end. In the deep, behind the goal. Along the near boards, battle for it. Centering pass. Shot, wouldn't settle down. Leaped right over the player's stick. Coming back. Held in. Battle for it in front of the Adrian bench. Back into the neutral zone. Cougars feed it forward. Here they come again. And a shot. Now behind the goal. 3:57 left in the first. Along the boards, in the far boards. Held in. And shot back out into the neutral zone. Gathered up by the Cougars. Knocked away. Adrian battle right in front of us. Along the boards. Grabbed by Adrian. Back into their zone. Brought forward. Knocked back, and there's a whistle.
Maybe.
So at 3:25 left. I believe we have offsides. Face-off will be just outside the Bulldog end in the far face-off circle. 3:25 left. Grabbed by the Cougars. Brought into the Bulldog end. Shot high. Over the goal. Grabbed by Cougars behind the goal. And a score. .308. Scored by number 7, Haley McLaren, with an assist to Marie Pierre Lecours. Face off, picked off by the Cougars. Cougars have it in their end. Tried to advance it. Bulldog shot, knocked away by the goalie. Here come the Cougars, but knocked behind the Cougar goal. Along the boards, battle for it. Now behind the Cougar goal. Brought forward. Held in by Adrian and a whistle. 2:33 left in the first. Sioux Cougars, 3. Adrian Bulldogs, 0. Offsides was the call. Face-off just outside. Face-off grabbed by Adrian. Off the boards. Picked up by the Cougars. Grabbed by the Cougars, brought into the Adrian end. Down into the far corner. And a whistle.
Want me to take her, Ollie? Our play means we get one extra player.
Penalty against Adrian. Tripping is the call. So the Cougars on the power play. Held in, set up at the point. Now at the slot, back to the side. Back at the point, and a shot knocked away. Minute 57 and a minute 40 in the power play. Behind the Adrian goal. Out, and a shot knocked away by the goalie. Another shot, and the goalie, and a scrum in front, and a whistle. Minute 41 left in the first, a minute 25 in the power play.
That's how I do a face-off.
And the penalty was to number 7, Hannah Berenson. 2 minutes for tripping. She has a minute 25 left in the penalty. Face-off, the near face-off circle, Bulldog end. Grabbed and sent the length of the ice right on the goal. Picked up by the Cougars. Cougars advance it, but grabbed by Adrian. Adrian brings it back into their end, and then it tries to advance it, but grabbed by the Cougars. A minute left in the power play. Cougars have it in the neutral zone. Gains the Adrian zone, lost it. Grabbed by Adrian. Intercepted by the Cougars, bringing it in. 1 minute left. Knocked back in, back into the Cougars, into the Bulldog zone, back into the neutral zone. Cougars again. Knocked forward off the wall. Brought back in. Set up. 22 left in the power play. 34 seconds left in the period. 13 seconds left. Knocked away by the goalie. Another shot. Through traffic, knocked away. Penalty is over. 14 seconds left. Grabbed by Adrian. Into the neutral zone. Gains the Cougar zone. Scrum and back into the neutral zone. And there's the whistle. So at the end of the first period, Sioux Cougars 3, the Adrian Bulldogs 0. So at 11:04, Sioux's first goal scored by Alyssa Byers with an assist to Lauren Halcrow. At 8:58, the second goal scored by Alyssa Byers. 3:08, scored by Haley McLaren with an assist to Marie Pierre LaCours. And then a 2-minute penalty to the Adrian Bulldogs. Number 7 went in the box for 2 minutes. That was Hannah Berenson. And no goals on that one. So 20 minutes up on the board, getting ready for period number 2. You are watching Arbor Broadcasting and the CCWHA playoffs at the Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton, Michigan. Both teams gathered around their coaches at their benches. Dobson skates down to our left to her goal. Johnson is still discussing things with her teammates. She will skate down to our right. 20 minutes up on the board, period 2. Cougars 3, Bulldogs 0. Johnson skates down to the right to her crease. The teams are out for the face-off. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Grabbed by Cougars. Cougars feed it forward into the Bulldog zone. Around behind the goal. A fight for it along the boards. Grabbed by the Cougars. Back into the point and a shot. Knocked away. Around by the boards. Knocked out by the... And a fight for it right in front of the goal. Picked up by the Cougars. Cougars grabbed it in the near face-off circle. Centering pass, grabbed by the Bulldogs, but held in by the Cougars. Another shot, knocked away, and a score. Scored by number 24 with an assist. At 19:10. It's now Cougars 4, Bulldogs 0. Back into the Bulldog end. Cougars grab it along the near boards. Held in at the point. A centering pass and a shot knocked away. A scrub behind the goal. around the far boards. Battle for it along the boards. Held in by the Cougars.
Cougars will work on number 24 and more. Assisted by number 6, Anna Lee, and assisted by number 27, Bill Whitney.
Grabbed by the Cougars. Back into the Bulldog end. Bulldog grabbed it, tries to feed it forward. Grabbed by the Cougars again. Centering pass right through the crease. Another shot through the crease. Bulldogs grab it behind the goal. Along the boards, held in by the Cougars. And a shot. And grabbed by the Bulldog goalie. 17:52 left in the second. Sioux Cougars 4, Bulldogs 0. The goal at 19:10 was scored by number 24, Emily Moore, with an assist to number 6, Emma Lee, and number 7, Haley McLaren. Back into the Bulldog zone, or the Sioux zone. Behind the goal, picked up by the Cougars. Back into the neutral zone, knocked back by the Bulldogs. And a shot on goal, knocked away by the Cougar goalie. Held into the Cougar zone. Battle for it along the near boards in the corner. Shot back around the boards. Picked up by a Cougar. Around the near boards. Cougars grab it again. Gaining the Bulldog zone. Behind the Bulldog goal. Along the boards. Centering pass. To the point. Shot just wide. Around the back. Along the far boards. Grabbed by the Cougars. Fight for it along the boards. Held in at the point, and the shot goes high off one of the players. Behind the goal. Cougars have it again. Shot, knocked away. Behind the goal. Held in. Won't settle down in the near corner. Battle for it. Held in, dribbles out into the neutral zone. Battle for it along the boards. Big battle for it just in the neutral zone. And back into the Bulldog end. Brought back, gathered up by the Bulldog defense. Behind their goal. Fed forward, back, behind the goal. Here come the Bulldogs. Into the neutral zone. Lost it. Fight for it in front of the scorer's bench. In front of the Sioux bench. Dribbles down. Now in front of the Bulldog bench. Grabbed by the Cougars. Brought in. Drop pass. Shot and a score. 15-12. Face off. Grabbed by the Cougars. Brought back into the Bulldog end. Spit around along the near boards. Out in front. Stick handled to the right. Shot covered up by the Bulldog goalie. at 14:55. Sioux Cougars 5, Adrian Bulldogs 0.
Cougars scoring before by number 24, Emily Moore, assisted by number 27, Brooke.
Okay, goal was scored by number 24, Emily Moore, assisted by number 27, Brooke Brazo. Battle for it, knocked away again.
We got 5 goals now.
Battle for it in the corner. Knocked away by the defense, but held in. Another shot, bounced off several players. Held in at the far point, grabbed by a Cougar. Another shot and covered up. 14:10 left in the second. Sioux Cougars 5, Adrian Bulldogs 0. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Bulldogs end. Cougars grab the face-off and a shot. Bounced off the back of the net. Out front. Held in at the point. And a shot. Just wide. Into the far corner. Held in at the point. Shot back. Another shot. And glove saved by the Cougar goalie. Face off the far face-off circle. Face off won by the Cougars. Knocked back along the near boards. Held in at the point. Around the boards. In the near corner. Brought out. Battle for it in the near corner again. Knocked back and now down into the Cougar end. And a collision and a penalty.
Wow. Oh, they might have a penalty shot.
The penalty is hooking. At 13:18. Number 18 of the Sioux Cougars, Sophie Treball. Cougars on the penalty kill. Held in at the point. Bulldogs shot and grabbed by the Cougars. Back in and into the Bulldog end. 12:55 left with 1:26 in the penalty. Back into the neutral zone, into the Cougar end. Gathered up. Around behind the goal. Along the far boards. Knocked back in. Knocked out, but held in at the point. Bulldogs have it the far boards. Held in again at the point. Bulldogs set it up. A shot. Dribbles back and shot the length of the ice. Knocked away by the Bulldog goalie. Johnson. Brought forward by the Bulldogs again. 53 seconds left in the Bulldog power play. Still held into the Cougar zone. Dribbles back out into the and shot the length of the ice again. Gathered up by the Bulldogs. Behind their goal. Brings it forward. Here come the Bulldogs. 27 seconds left in the power play. along the far boards.
Don't
Clear,
tease her with it.
Cougars clear the zone. Bulldogs bring it back in.
How's your
Fight
ring
for it
pop,
along the near boards in the Cougar end.
Don't get your lips all sticky.
6 seconds left in the penalty. And the shot knocked away by the Sioux goalie. And back out in the neutral zone. Both teams at full strength. Back into the Cougar end.
You make fun of my eyelids?
Gathered up behind the goal. Along the boards. Brought down along the far boards. 11 minutes left in the second period. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Back into the Bulldog end. Held in at the point. Knocked back by the Bulldogs. Into the Cougar zone. Along the far boards. Battle for it. Centering pass. Knocked away. Along the near boards. Cross ice pass. Fight for it. Grabbed by the Cougars. Back into the neutral zone. Picked up again. Brought into the Adrian end. And grabbed by the goalie and covered up by Johnson. With 10-14 left in the second. Face-off in the near face-off circle to the left of Johnson. Face-off won by the Cougars. Grab back. Held in at the point. Dribbles out in the neutral zone. Well, Cougars have to touch up. In the far, sent down the length of the ice. Being chased by the Cougars. Picked it up. Behind their goal. 9:50 left in the second.
Don't tease her anymore, though. She's starting to get upset.
Pass and back out in the neutral zone. Here come the Cougars into the Bulldog zone. And a shot from the slot along the far wall. Shot back and into the neutral zone. Gathered up back in the Cougars end. Brought forward. Back in the neutral zone. Here come the Cougars. 2-on-1. Shot. Knocked away. Along the boards, behind the goal. Brought out. Back into the neutral zone. And shot back in. Grabbed by the Cougars. Back in along the far boards in the Bulldog zone. Battle for it along the near boards. Held in. Back around the boards again. Grabbed by a Cougar. Back to the point. Held in. And a shot along the boards. Tried to set somebody up. Back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by a Bulldog. Brought in and a shot. Grabbed by the goalie. Knocked away. Good save. And a whistle. And I believe the puck was out of play. Face-off 8:24 left in the second. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Face up and grab by the Cougar goalie. And another face-off in the far face-off circle with 8:21 left in the second. Grabbed by the Cougars behind their goal. Brought forward off, bounce pass off the boards. Picked up into the Bulldog end. Centering pass right through the crease. Back, sent the length of the ice. Icing waved off, brought forward. Battle for it. Brought forward into the neutral zone. Here come the Cougars. Into the Adrian zone. Held in. Battle for it along the boards, held in, another shot, and a whistle. With 7:40 left in the second, it's the Sioux Cougars 5, and the whistle was for offsides. Face-off just outside the Adrian. Grabbed by the Cougars. Brought back into the Adrian zone. And a shot, and knocked away. Back, held in at the point. Shot from the circle into the far boards, right through. Shot from the slot. And a scrub for it right in front. Held in again by the Cougars. Grabbed by Adrian. Back into the neutral zone. Adrian starts a rush. Into the Cougar zone. Lost it. Shot into the near corner. Picked up by the Cougars. Brought forward. Grabbed away by the Bulldogs. Lost. Here come the Cougars again. Shot from the side. Knocked away by the goalie. Johnson is getting a workout. Battle for it behind the goal. Around the boards. In the near corner. Battle for it. Around the back. Into the far corner. Another battle for it. A couple of shots. Another shot. Dribbles through. And covered up by Johnson. 6:20 left in the second. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Face off in the far face-off circle. Bulldog end. Face off. Grab by the Bulldogs. Now grab by the Cougars again. Tried to center it. A battle for it. Loose puck. Cougars have it. And a shot. Wouldn't settle down. Into the near corner. Grabbed by Adrian. Back into the neutral zone. Gains the Cougar end. Shot. Bounced off the boards in the back. Along the far boards. Battle for it. Grabbed by the Cougars. Here they come. Into the neutral zone. Gains the Adrian zone. Drop pass. Into the near corner. Again, Cougars have it. Along the boards. Center. Cross-ice pass. And a shot. Knocked away. And covered up. 5:18 left in the second. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Grab by the Cougars. Knocked back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Adrian. Into the Cougars zone. Picked up by the Cougars again. Cougar defense. Getting it. Grabbed by the Cougars again. In front of the goal. Back in the neutral zone and in the Bulldog end. And a whistle. And we have offsides. Oh, we have a trip. So at 4:51. Adrian penalty. Cougars on the power play. Face off in the near face off circle. Tripping. .438 left and 4:47 in the power play. Grabbed by the Cougars, brought down in the Adrian end. Behind the goal. brought around. Tries for a setup. Back to the point, and a shot. Back out, knocked away, along the far boards. Centering pass, knocked away by the defense. Brought around off the boards, and knocked into the neutral zone, picked up by the Cougars. Brought back in, and a shot, and a glove save. So at 4 minutes left in the second, a minute 10 in the power play. It's Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Face off in the Bulldog end near face-off circle. Cougars got the face-off. On the setup. Slap shot. Knocked back and knocked back into the Cougar end. And on goal, knocked away by the goalie. Brought forward. Here come the Cougars again. 46 seconds left in the power play. Drop pass. Shot. Knocked away in the far corner. Grabbed by the Cougars. Set up. Cross-ice pass. Niveau. A shot into the near corner. Grabbed behind the goal. Brought around. 23 seconds left in the power play. Cross-ice pass. Back and offsides. 12 seconds left in the power play. Face off just outside the Bulldog zone. 3:03 left in the second. Offsides is the call. I think we now figured out who's out on the ice. Dropped it. Grabbed by the Cougars. Coming forward. And a shot. And another shot. Point blank. Good save. Another shot and grabbed by Johnson. Both teams at full strength. 2:48 left in the second. Face off in the far face off circle, Bulldog end. Face off again, won by the Cougars. Scrub along the boards and a whistle. And a penalty. Tripping at 2:41. To number 27. Face up in the Bulldog end. Held in by the Bulldogs. And a shot over the goal. Dribbles back into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Back into the neutral zone. Fed forward into the Cougar zone. A race for it. Shot back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Bulldogs. Brought back into the Cougars zone. Cross pass. Around behind. Held in. Bulldogs on the power play. And another shot. 1:16 left in the power play. Grabbed by the Cougars. And a shot. Now back in the neutral zone, grabbed by the Cougars. Cougars on the penalty kill. Knocked forward, back into the Bulldog end. 54 seconds left in the penalty. Penalty to the Cougars. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Knocked forward. Did not leave. Held in by the Cougars. Bulldogs grabbed it again. Back in the neutral zone. Bulldogs on the power play. Grabbed by the Cougars. Sent back in the Bulldog end. Around, dives behind the goal. Shot back out around the boards. 17 seconds left in the power play. Grabbed by the Bulldogs again. Now the Bulldogs bring it in neutral zone. Lost it to the Cougars. 5 seconds left in the power play. Knocked away. Grabbed by the Cougars again. Both teams at full strength. 33 seconds left in the period. Down in the Cougar end. Behind the goal. Behind again. Battle for it behind the goal. 19 seconds left in the period. Held in by the Bulldogs. Grabbed by the Cougar defense. Along the far boards. Battle for it. 5 seconds left. Knocked loose. Dribbles back in the neutral zone, and that is the whistle. So at the end of the second, Sioux Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. So at 19:10, a goal by the Sioux Cougars, scored by number 24, Emily Moore, with an assist to number 6, Emily and Haley McLaren. Then at 15:12, a goal scored by the Sioux Cougars by number 24, Emily Moore, with an assist to number 27, Brooke Brazo. Penalty at 13:18 for hooking. A penalty against Adrian, against 74 for tripping. And then a final penalty at 2:41 against the Cougars, number 27 for tripping. And that was Brooke Brazo. And that's where we are. So, Zamboni out on the ice. We will be back. And the teams are getting ready to take the ice again. We are here live from the Crystal Field House in Burton, Michigan for the CCWHA playoffs. This game, the Sault Cougars versus the Adrian Bulldogs. Getting ready for the all-important third period as the Cougars take the ice. Nets being put into position, 20 minutes up on the board. The Cougars have a 5-0 advantage over the Adrian Bulldogs. And now the Bulldogs take the ice. Johnson skates down toward her net on my left. Bulldogs gathering about their bench. Johnson checking out her crease. Getting ready for the all-important third period. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. And a whistle, everybody's ready. And the Cougars grab the face-off. Back into the Cougar end. Behind the goal. And around the boards. Here come the Cougars. Held in, knocked back out into the neutral zone and into the Bulldog zone. And a shot just wide. Held in at the point. And a shot just behind the goal. And covered up by Johnson. 19-28 in the third. Cougars line change. Face up in the Bulldog end. Grabbed by the Bulldogs. Shot forward. Held in by the Cougars, but dribbles back into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Cougars. Knocked high. Still in the neutral zone. Brought in. Grabbed by a Cougar or a Bulldog. And a battle for it. Cross ice pass along the boards. Shot by the Cougars in the corner. Behind the goal. Out front. Here come the Bulldogs. Knocked away by the defense. Back and gains the Bulldog zone. Here come the Cougars. Knocked away. Teams changing lines. Along the far boards. In the Bulldog end. Held in at the point. Dribbles out. Cougars have to touch up. Into the Cougar zone. Behind their goalie. Brought out. Scrum for it along the boards. Grab by the Cougars again. Behind the goal. Off the boards. Back into the neutral zone, but shot back in and brought back out. Shot forward. Knocked away by the Bulldogs. Back into the Cougar zone, near boards. Scrum in the corner along the boards. Back into the neutral zone, grabbed by the Bulldogs. Knocked off the boards, ahead, but back into the Bulldog zone. 7:33 left in the third. Behind the goal, around the boards, held in by the Cougars. And a shot from the point, covered up by Johnson. 7:18 left in the third. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Bulldog end. Cougars grab the face-off. Behind the goal. In the Bulldog end. Bulldogs grab it, try to clear the zone. Zone is cleared. Into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Cougars, knocked back into the Cougar end. Grabbed by their defense. Brought out. Back into the neutral zone. Here come the Cougars. Into the Bulldog end. Centering pass just wide. Held in. Bulldogs try to clear, grabbed by the Cougars. From the slot, shot. Johnson knocks it away. In the near corner, around the back. 15:28 left. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Grabbed by the Cougars again. Tried for a pass. Battle for it. In the near corner, far corner, shot, and a pad save. 16:05 left in the third period. Bulldogs on the change. Face off, grabbed by the Bulldogs. Tried to clear the zone. Got stolen by the Cougars. Here come the Bulldogs. Into the neutral zone. Brought into the Cougar end. Knocked away. Back into the neutral zone. And back into the Bulldog end. 15:43 left in the third. Held in at the point by the Cougars. Held in again, knocked back. Grabbed by a Bulldog. Brought forward into the neutral zone. Back into the Bulldog end. Grabbed by the Bulldog defense around behind the goal. 15:18 left in the third. Back in the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Cougars. Back into Bulldog end. And a shot. Scrum for it in front of the goal. Grabbed by the Bulldogs. Brought forward along the boards. Back into the Cougar end. Knocked away. Tried for a wraparound and a shot. Knocked away. Grabbed by the Cougars. Out into the neutral zone. Picked up. Brought into the Adrian end. Battle for it. Right out in front. Covered up by Johnson. 14:32 left in the third. Both teams for a line change. Face off in the near face-off circle, Bulldog end. Face off won by the Cougars. Battle for it along the boards, back out in the neutral zone, and the length of the ice, and that will be icing. Face off in the near face-off zone in the Adrian end. Sioux Cougars 5, Adrian Bulldogs 0, 14-18 left. Puck drop, grabbed up by the goalie. Glove save. Face up again, Bulldog end, 14-14 left. Grabbed by Cougars, knocked down to the far boards. Battle for it along the boards. Rimmed around, grabbed by a Cougar. Along rim behind. Now back to the other side again. Brought around, knocked back. Battle for it behind. Along the near boards, held in by the Cougars. Picked up behind the goal. Right through the crease. Held in. Dribbles out and knocked into the neutral zone. Down into the Cougar end, picked up by Cougar defense. Brought forward. Back in the neutral zone. Gains the Bulldog zone and a shot and a glove save high. 13-13 left in the third. Face off in the far face off circle to the left of Johnson. Held in at the point. Another shot right through the crease. Into the near corner. Battle for it along the boards. Brought back out. Held in at the point. Battle, drop pass, a shot off skates. Behind the goal. Brought around. Battle for it on the far boards. Bulldogs have it, rimmed it around along the near boards. Knocked loose. Bulldog defense has it off the boards, held in again. Along the far, in the far corner, held in by the Cougars. Knocked away. Back into the neutral zone, jumped on by the Bulldogs. Into the Cougars zone. Play broken up. Grabbed by the Cougars. Here come the Cougars back in the neutral zone. Gain the Adrian zone. Behind the goal. Tries for a wraparound. Back to the point and a shot. Hit a whole pile of players. Comes back around. Knocked back behind the goal again. Cougars have it. Out, held in at the point. Shot, knocked away. Into the near corner. Knocked back out. Scrum in the front of the goal. Knocked back. Battle for it at the top of the key. Shot into the near corner. Scrum in front of the goal. Covered up by Johnson. So at 11-12 left in the third. It's the Sioux Cougars 5, Adrian Bulldogs 0. Face off in the near face off circle. Bulldog end. Grabbed by Cougars. Cross ice pass held in at the point. Battle for it along the boards. Changes hands several times. Knocked away, and there's a shot. Johnson's down, but I believe she held it out. 10:55 left in this third. Face off in the far face off circle. Knocked back, grabbed by the Cougars, knocked by a Bulldog length of the ice, and that will be icing. Face off back in the Bulldog end, far face off circle. Battled for it in the far corner. Jumped on by a Bulldog, brought into the Cougar zone, and a shot, knocked away. Battle behind the goal.
Is that better, Tomley?
Along the far boards, held in. Jumped on by the Cougars,
Oh,
brought out.
Pop.
Here come the Cougars into the neutral zone. Gains the Bulldog zone, drop pass, knocked away, knocked back out into the neutral zone. Shot, back in, knocked out by the Bulldogs, back in the neutral zone. Shot back, grabbed by the Cougars. Cougar brings it down.
You're not in anyone's way, are you, Ollie?
Around behind the goal, and a shot, blocked, held in, jumped on by Adrian. Into the, behind the goal, knocked out, battle for it again. 9:25 left in the third. And a shot from the point. Now in the slot. And a backhand. Scrum to the right of to left of the goal. Jumped on by the Bulldogs. Brought out into the neutral zone. Here come the Bulldogs. Into the Cougar end. Around the boards. Grabbed up by a Cougar. Left out in front. Bulldog tried. And back into the end, and a whistle, and that will be icing. So 8:44 left in the third. Icing called. Face off in the far face off circle. No, near face off circle. Face off grabbed by the Cougars. Sent back. Behind their goal. Picked up, brought forward. Along the boards, along the near boards. Grabbed by the Bulldogs, shot back. Knocked back out into the neutral zone. Brought forward by the Cougars, into the Bulldog end. Right across the crease.
Watch all this stuff.
Into the near corner. Battle for it along the boards. Somebody loses an edge. Brought out front, jumped on and covered up by Johnson. 8:04 left in the third. Cougars 5, Bulldogs 0. Line changes. Face off in the far face off circle, Bulldog end. Knocked away. Grabbed by the Bulldogs. Behind their goal. Along the boards. Then behind the boards. Behind the goal again. Brought forward. Here come the Bulldogs. Into the neutral zone. Lifted and shot deep into the, and a high stick. A whistle and a high stick face off in the far face off circle, Cougar end. 7:45 left in the third. Face off won by the Cougars. Around behind. Up the near boards. Brought out into the neutral zone. Jumped on by the Bulldogs. Brought down. Knocked away. Grabbed by the Cougars again. Brought and into the Bulldog zone. And a shot. knocked away. Along the boards, picked up by the Bulldogs again. Into the Cougar zone. Steered away. Knocked away. Grabbed by the Bulldogs again. Jumped on by the Cougar defense. And into the Bulldog end on the far boards. Around behind the goal. 6:54 left in the third. Down along the boards. Right in front. Spinorama. Into the Cougar zone. Grabbed by the Bulldogs. Right through the crease. Off the far boards. In the far corner. Held in. Shot by the Bulldogs. Brought behind the goal. Centering pass. Did not happen. Here come the Cougars. Cougars gain the zone. And behind the goal. Back out in the air. And now and the Cougar goalie is down, but she managed to save. No? I think we have a goal. Scored by number 7. Assist for number 9. Cougars 6, Bulldogs 0. Bulldogs grab the face-off. Down into the, Cougars grab the face-off into the Bulldog end. In the near corner. Around behind. Brought back. Here come the Bulldogs again. In the neutral zone, gain the Cougars zone. Along the far boards.
Scored by number 7, Allie McLaughlin. Assisted by number 15, Jasmine Galoo. And assisted by number 18, Sophie Sabah.
Okay, the goal scored by number 7, Haley McClenson. Assist, Jamie Grolu, and number 18, Sophie Treble. Along the far boards, brought out by the Bulldogs. Into the Cougar end. 4:44 left. Around, brought back out, knocked back in, jumped on by the Cougar defense. Bulldogs trying another one right through the goal. Fantastic save. Back out into the neutral zone. Bulldogs have to touch up. Off the boards, grabbed by the Cougars. Grabbed again. Knocked back into Bulldog zone, around behind the goal. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Brought forward, 4:03 left in the third. Cougars 6, Bulldogs 0. Battle for it along the near boards in the Cougar end. Picked up by the Cougar defense. Brought out, brought forward into the neutral zone. Shot back by the Bulldogs. Along the boards, behind, brought forward, held in. Now shot forward, here come the Cougars. Gain the zone, knocked away along the far boards. In the far corner, held in at the point. Cross ice pass and a shot. Wide just behind the goal. Brought back out into the neutral zone, grabbed by the Cougars. Brought back into the Bulldog zone. Drop pass, knocked away. Shot knocked away by Johnson. Around the back. Bulldogs fight for it along the boards. Grabbed by the Cougars, held it in. Knocked behind the boards again. Behind the goal. Battle for it in the near corner. Grabbed by the Cougars. Around behind the goal. 2:34 left in the third. Picked up by a Bulldog. Shot out. Shot the length of the ice set. Well, maybe icing. Icing called. 2:24 left in the third. The Sioux Cougars 6. The Adrian Bulldogs 0. Face off on the Bulldog end. Grabbed by the Cougars. Now picked up by the Bulldogs. Battle along the boards. Around the boards to the far at the point. Grabbed by the Cougars. Knocked back around again. 2:08 left. Battle along the near boards. Held in. Across the cross ice. Along the far boards. Bulldogs. Grabbed by the Cougars, held in, and a shot into the near corner. Another shot knocked away by Johnson, covered up. 1:41 left in the third. Sioux Cougars 6, Adrian Bulldogs 0. Line change. Face off in the near face off circle, Bulldog end. Grab by the Cougars. Held in. Grab by the Bulldogs, knocked out. Picked up again by the Cougars. Along the boards, behind the Cougar goal. Battle for it. Back out. Bulldogs stride for a shot. Shot. Second shot. And it's loose. Back out. Shot by the Bulldogs. 1:09 left in the third. Behind the goal. Picked up by a Bulldog. Tried for a shot. 1 minute. 1 minute left. Off the boards behind, in the Cougar end. Picked up by the Cougars. Out into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Bulldogs, just short of their blue line. Bulldogs bring it back in the Cougar end, but lose it. Here come the Cougars. Right out in front of the Bulldog goal, knocked away. Gains the zone. Picked up by the Cougars. And a shot knocked away by Johnson. Held in by a Cougar. And along the near boards at the point. Battle for it along the boards. 11 seconds left. And wide. Along the far boards. 4 seconds. And that is the horn. So, at the end of the game,
Adrian Bulldogs 0.
Sioux Cougars 6, Adrian Bulldogs 0. Lone goal scored by Sioux Cougars, scored by number 7, Haley McLean. Assist to Jasmine Golu. And number 18, Sophie Trebol. And the best tradition in sports, the post-game handshake. So, from the Crystal Field House, it has been the Adrian Bulldogs versus the Sioux Cougars. Sioux Cougars 6, Bulldogs 0. This is James Wiseman. My camera person, Mike Butler. Have a good evening, and thank you for watching.